Hello everyone. In this video, we'll talk about the introduction of governors. I'm sure you all must have heard something about the governors, right? So in this video, we'll talk about the definition of the governors, just a basic principle, their applications, and how governors are different from flywheels. Governors. As the name suggests, these are the governing devices. What are they governing? They are governing the speed. Why they are governing the speed? Because whenever we are designing any machine, we are designing the machine to work within the specified limits. The minimum and maximum, it is already fixed, the bracket is already fixed, and we never want our machine to go beyond the limits. Otherwise, it will fail or it will not do the desired task, right? So we want the speed to be within the specified limits. Whenever there is variation in load, right? And how the governor is doing that? By controlling the flow of the working fluid. Let's take an example to understand the whole system. Let's take an example of a car. Now, whenever the load increases, right? It says the variation in load. Let's take an example of the increase in load. Now, when does the load increases? Whenever you are accelerating the engine of a car, right? Or when you're going up a hill. So what happens? The load increases. Now, whenever there is increase in load, the speed of the engine decreases, but we do not want that. We want the speed to be maintained or regulated. To compensate for the loss of that speed, more fuel should be supplied so that the speed is maintained, and this work is being done by the governor. So basically there is a throttle valve. We'll discuss about it in upcoming videos. So there's a valve. It opens the valve and the supply of the working fluid, which is fuel in the case of your car, it increases. Now if you go vice versa, whenever there is decrease in load, so what happens? The speed of the engine increases. Now we do not want that. Again, we want the speed to be like at an average value or at a certain value. So this governor, it closes the valve which is passing the fuel to the engine, and the supply of the fuel reduces, and thus the speed is regulated or maintained. Now, governors, they are being used since 17th century, and they have found their use in almost all the industries. In this slide we'll be seeing certain applications of the governors. They're used in vehicles, in almost all the cars, mopeds, trucks, or all the types of vehicles, right? We already took the example of cars to understand where the working fluid is the fuel, your machine is your engine. So what is happening with the change in load? The fuel supply is being controlled to maintain the speed. Another example is of the elevator, where the governor works on a stopping mechanism. Whenever the elevator starts working on a speed which is beyond the specified limits, governor, it stops the elevator. For turbine control, governors, they control the flow of water entering into the turbine. They can also be used in small engines, which may be pneumatic or centrifugal, right? So the idea is to control the supply and to maintain a constant speed. So that working fluid, it may control water, fuel, or it may control the supply of air or any combination of working fluid. It all depends upon the requirement of the engine. They're also used in aircraft propellers, right? So what happens? They senses the shaft RPM and they adjust the pitch blades to vary the torque load on the engine. So the RPM, it remains constant or it remains as per the desired values whenever the aircraft is speeding up or speeding down. Now, I told you that they are being used in automobile engines. So one question arises that whether they are used in the petrol engines or the diesel engines. Initially, they were being used in all the automobiles, but they're preferably used in diesel engines because of low RPM and heavy load engines. Preference is given, like governors are preferably used in diesel engines. The mechanical governors I'm talking about, they are usually not used in petrol engines because these days, like almost all the vehicles or automobiles, they have the electronic speed governing systems. So mechanical governors, the use is reducing day by day. Right now, this is a very common question which arises, that governors and flywheel, they both are controlling the speed, right? They both are maintaining the speed, but still they are totally different. So in this slide we'll see the we'll see the differentiation of governors and flywheels, right? So by now you know what are governors. Flywheels, we'll just talk little about it. So basically these are the devices which store the rotational energy, right? The in figure also you can see they're in the form of a large wheel. So whenever the idea is, whenever you're stopping a vehicle, right, or any machine, so there is this momentum, right? So rather this momentum, it gets converted into heat energy and wasted, you can store it in the form of rotational energy, and whenever there is requirement, you can use it. You can take the example of the potter's wheel, right? You're giving a momentum, and that momentum, it continues to work for a longer period of time. So the same concept applies to flywheel. Now the basic differences between governor and flywheels are: governors, they regulate the mean speed, right? We have already discussed, we are regulating the mean speed. Whenever there is variation in load, we are controlling the supply of the working fluid. Now see, the load changes, it is not a continuous process. It may happen sometimes more or less. So this is an intermittent process, not a continuous process, right? And of course, but the governor, it keeps on regulating the speed over a period of time. Like if you're going up a hill, so for a period of time you are, it's not that in a second you'll reach on top of any hill, or if any like a road is not good, whenever the load is increasing. So it is regulating speed over a period of time, and it is very essential device for all types of engine, because you always want the speed to be within the limits. We cannot compromise on that. Now flywheels, they control the speed variations which are caused by the fluctuation of output torque, right? And this is basically a cyclic variation. It is controlling the cyclic variation. The working of flywheel is for one cycle. So one cycle, because of the fluctuation of output torque, the speed increases. It is acting as the reservoir. Because of the increase of speed, energy is created. That energy is stored in the wheel, and whenever it is required in the cycle, it is being used. So it is a continuous operation. In a cycle, at the beginning, it stores the energy. During the cycle, whenever that energy is required, it is giving back to the system, right? It is giving back to the engine. And of course, this is not a very essential device as per the requirement. It may or may not be used.